Hi, I'm Melissa Marsted, and I wanted to tell you my story about how I started my publishing company, Lucky Penny Publishing. I actually lost my house in a wildfire in Santa Barbara, California in 2008. After I lost my house, I figured it was a time for me to recreate my life, and I focused on the positive legacy. And I happened to be the great-granddaughter of A.C. Gilbert, who was an Olympic pole vaulter in the 1908 Olympics in London. He happened to win a gold medal. He was also an inventor of the children's toy, the Erector set. And his daughter, my grandmother, had a toy store in Hampton, Connecticut when I was growing up. So I came from a legacy of an Olympic athlete, of Erector sets, of a children's toy store, and I had already started writing children's books, and this was a time for me to possibly self-publish my book, which I did. I published Pablito and the Speckled Bear, and in 2010, the iPad came out. So I furthered my company and I started publishing other people's children's books as eBooks. We have a collection of upwards of a couple dozen children's books. We have multiple languages. And during the course of that time, I was given the rights to my great-grandfather's book, The Man Who Lives in Paradise, and we published that as an ebook. And then as we were moving along with the company, we started to do more and more ebooks, and our authors were requesting for us to go to print. So in June of 2015, we started going to print with almost all of our titles, and in 9 months, we did 15 titles. Our inventory was growing quite big, and it was a lot to ask of a sole proprietor. And so I decided that it was time for me to scale back a little bit more and focus on my own books. So right now we're in the midst of publishing a book I actually wrote in 2002 called The King's Balloon. And that is the book about the first hot air balloon flight over the gardens of Versailles in 1783. I recently moved to Park City, Utah. I've been a runner since I was 15 years old, and I've really gotten to enjoy the incredible nature, the incredible trails, the incredible scenery that the state has to offer. Coincidentally, my great-grandfather, A.C. Gilbert, was very active in the environment. He hunted and fished in British Columbia and Alaska, so it seems to be also part of our family DNA. So I have recently started running in the national parks here in Utah and came up with the idea to write a book on the 5 national parks of Utah for children. So we will be coming out with a book, Buzzy and the Red Rock Canyons, that illustrates the 5 national parks, teaches kids about geology and the animals in the state. It teaches children about spires, hoodoos, arches, sandstone, and multiple animals, including 2 endangered species in the state, condors and Mexican spotted owls. And with this book, illustrated by a young woman named Izzy Greer, who lives in San Francisco but has visited all the national parks, she and I are now going to be starting our second book on California's 9 national parks, and we are actually calling it Chloe Cruises California, based on the California quail. So we'll be working on that book as our next book. So part of Lucky Penny, I just want to close by saying all of the Lucky Penny press books are available so that you can see them on our website. But all of our books in print are available on Amazon. All of our ebooks are available on the Lucky Penny Press website. Many of our books are translated into Spanish, and we particularly hope that Buzzy and the Red Rock Canyons will go into Spanish. Our books are really about nurturing the creative spirit and hopefully providing educationally oriented literature for young children.